Yes! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Geek'd Up Radio. I'm your lovely host, Ricky, the Jolly Rancher Commander, along with my special co-host today, Chancla, the flip-flop.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And today we're going to be discussing, later in the episode, our review on Spider-Man Far From Home. But first, if you like the intro music and the outro music, make sure you follow the M-Rights on Spotify and on Facebook. And you can find all those links in the show notes below. And if you ever want to be part of these conversations, make sure you get a hold of us on social media. And all those social media links are in the show notes as well. Geek'd Up Radio 1 on Instagram and Geek'd Up Radio on Twitter. Yeah, and on Facebook, Geek'd Up Radio. So yeah, make sure you hit us up there because we're always wanting to hear what you have to say, what the people got to say.
And we want listens.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And yeah, so right now we're going to do our I guess what is it? Like our expectations.
Yes.
Just like we did for Godzilla King of Monsters, which you can find in 2 episodes back. So we're going to do our expectations on Spider-Man Far From Home. We've seen the trailers. We're about to see the movie. Here we go. I'm going to let you go first, Chancla. Go ahead.
Ooh, you're going to let me go first.
Yeah, always. You always go first and I always go last.
Oh, okay.
That's the way it is in real life.
Okay, so yes, we watched the trailer. I've never saw the other one. What was the first one called?
Homecoming.
Homecoming. I never saw that one. But I did see... Wait, the Avengers one. Endgame. And I guess you said that it was like a sequel from this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it kind of starts off like that. And it even says there are spoilers, if you haven't seen Endgame, don't watch this trailer.
Right.
So no, the movie the movie looks funny. We laughed at several parts of the trailer.
Uh-huh.
But Jake Gyllenhaal? I mean, come on.
As Mysterio.
Mysterio, yes.
Yeah, which he is in the comic books a villain. So, but I guess
he looks creepy.
Yeah.
He'll probably turn.
Or he'll be the villain with the heart of gold where he's only bad because of something.
Yeah. And then they'll switch him.
Yeah. Just like they did like the in Captain Marvel, the Skrulls. They were only bad because people said they were bad, but they're really refugees. Because in the comic books, they're actually like the villains.
Oh.
And so I think that, so Marvel's getting into this trope where they're going to take your villain, twist him around, and he's a heart of gold type of character.
Oh, you think that's where it's going?
I think that's what it is. Don't look forward to it. I mean, it's getting pretty, what's that word? Obvious? Not obvious. What is it? Cliche.
Yeah. So Jake Gyllenhaal, like I just can't get over that. Is it Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal? No, not Prince of Persia. The cowboy in Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Come on. That's where it ends. Like I can't get over that.
You just keep seeing him pulling down his pants and seeing that white booty.
Yes. Come on.
I mean, that was a great movie.
Okay. Yeah. So leave it there. But like his face, and he looks like a baby.
No, he doesn't. He look like a man now.
No, he looks like a baby.
No.
Yes. As soon as it turns the camera, it's like, oh my God, the Brokeback Mountain baby. I can't get over that.
No.
Anyway, so it looks like he's from another planet. It says, or
not a planet, dimension. So
okay,
they're doing
another dimension.
So they're doing it like the Sony animated Spider movie, Into the Spider-Verse. Where all the other Spider people came from the alternate dimensions.
Yes.
Spider-Ham, Gwen Spider, or whatever her name is, Spider-Gwen, Noir Spider-Man, and the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think so. I think this is where we're going to see the X-Men, or at least the Fantastic Four.
No, I mean, because they're not Fantastic Four.
Because they're coming from a different dimension, right?
Right. Nick Fury shows up. Right. He's been trying to get a hold, apparently, of Spider-Man.
Right.
And so Nick Fury shows up, and he's like, we have to put together like another like Avengers.
Right. Yeah.
So we know there's going to be other people, but please, not Fantastic Four. Come on.
Well, it's probably going to be the X-Men then.
Okay, I love X-Men. Let's do this.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe it'll be the end of Spider-Man because, this is the last movie in the contract. Everything goes back to Sony. So he's either he's got to die. 2, get lost in, like a quantum leap. Just gets lost hopping dimensions for all time.
And he's familiar with that.
Yeah. Or become the next Iron Man, like you said.
Okay, so in the preview, the first one that we watched, Happy is, kind of giving Spider-Man a pep talk and saying, Tony Stark would not have basically sacrificed himself if he knew you weren't going to be here. So my theory is Tony Stark, sacrificed himself because he knew that there was going to be another Iron Man to take his place. So it was okay for him to go. And what did you think, Ricky?
What I thought, and I think it still will be this way, that Spider-Man's having the crisis and Happy's trying to give him a pet talk.
So you don't think he's going to be Iron Man or anything? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, so I give this 7 Final Fantasy stars out of 7.
Already? Look at that. Oh, so you give him a straight 7.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to give the Spider-Man movie I'm going to give it 5. 5 Final Fantasy 7s out of 7. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back from the theaters. We just saw Spider-Man, Far From Home, Far From Good.
Oh, please. We'll get into that later.
So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go in full spoilers. Yeah. So if you haven't seen the movie or you want to go see it without any spoilers, mute the podcast.
Still download it. Listen later.
Well, if they're listening now, they've already downloaded it.
Oh shit.
Just mute it and pause it. Okay. So like I said, Far From Good is we just got back.
Far From Home.
Mm-hmm. I think I was right, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. Wasn't that impressed with it? Yeah, there you go. The end.
He's lying. You're lying.
I'm serious. It wasn't. Jake Gyllenhaal was amazing. He's probably the best part of the movie. I'm sad that he. That he's such an amazing actor. You forget that you're looking at Jake Gyllenhaal. Because he when he represents a character on screen, he does it completely, and he's amazing. So kudos to him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as for the rest of the movie, I mean, what about the rest? You know what? Since I wasn't very impressed with it, but you seem to love it. We'll just play off of your thoughts, and then I'll counterpoint you.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't really impressed with your review. So let's start from the beginning.
You want to go? Okay, we can start from the beginning.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the movie starts. Okay,
where
pretty much, I guess a few weeks after.
I don't even think it was that much, really, because of the tribute for the Avengers at the school on the school news,
right? And
then talking about the blip. Or what they called the blip, which was where people were what?
Yeah, so it was at the end of the school year because they went on their summer vacation or whatever. So yeah, so it's been who knows how maybe
not long.
A school year, a semester maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So they go on there, and you see, like I said, you see, what's his name? Tom Holland. Peter Parker. Struggling with the idea that Tony Stark is gone. Another father figure, a man figure in his life.
Yeah, his idol
is gone. Mm-hmm. And you see Happy and you see Aunt May and you
together.
Not together, but you can see the beginnings of a of a budding romance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, which is nice. I did like that. I could see a whole Aunt May and Happy movie, a rom-com.
Oh shit!
Like a French Kiss, but with them in it, or Addicted to Love. Any of the early Meg Ryan movies, I could see them do it. That would have been awesome.
We'll just get Meg Ryan to play it.
No, so they go on their trip.
Yes, their trip to Europe.
Yeah.
So they're going on the summer vacation, and Peter Parker is like, you know what? No, I'm not Spider-Man. I'm freaking on this school vacation. I'm going to get with MJ.
I'm going to let the nuts hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was going to go, we're going balls deep in this vacation, and that's it.
That's it. He don't want no superhero action at all.
No. And so they're at the airport. Aunt May has already told him, hey, don't forget your suit. He's like, yeah, I won't forget that. And then they're at the airport at security. They open it up, and oh, shit, this suit's in here. I can't believe you forgot it. Love Aunt May.
Yeah.
But wait, who's been calling him? We skipped that part.
Oh, well, Nick Fury, like in the trailers, Nick Fury's been calling him and trying to get a hold of him for some reason, right?
He's just forwarding his calls.
Oh man, we forgot the opening scene in Mexico.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We suck at this.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it was only a 2-second scene. You see Mysterio for the first time.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, and you see him saving Nick Fury and Karen Hill or something like that. And, he does a little green mist
smoky thing.
Yeah, and he fights some rock monster. And that's how it ends. And Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we see that. So we know there's stuff going on around the world, but we don't understand what yet, right?
Right. And we know there's somebody new already.
Right. And Nick Fury's trying to get a hold of Peter Parker, being like, hey, what's up? We need some heroes, because we can't get nobody. Everybody's, everybody's ghosting me. That was their favorite word. Why are you ghosting me on the phone? And Happy don't want to talk to Nick Fury. Nobody wants to talk to Nick Fury. So Nick Fury has to go to Europe and be like, hey.
Hijack the trip.
That's right. He's like, motherfucker, I've been calling you. You don't ghost me, motherfucker. He's like, bitch, you've been to space. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because Peter Parker doesn't want to do it. He's like seriously trying just to live a normal teenage
16-year-old life. Right.
Even though he don't look 16, right?
Really? I thought he looked young.
Oh, no. The guy that plays Ned, his friend, and the guy who... not the guy, but Tom Holland.
I'm sensing a little jealousy here.
No, they don't. I mean, they're starting to look like Tobey Maguire. They need to be in college now. You know what I'm saying? Tobey. That's what I liked about the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Said he was in college and not in high school because Tobey Maguire doesn't look like a high school student.
Nor did he look like a college student with that receding hairline.
No way. Anyways, we're not talking about the good movies. We're talking.
We're not.
We're not talking about the good movie. We're talking about far from good.
Wait a second. No. Okay. We are talking about the good movies. We're not talking about the shitty Spider-Man. I know that your favorite one was the other one.
1 and 2 of the original series.
No, the one after.
Andrew Garfield?
Because we have the posters in the bedroom.
Yeah. No. No, they got shit stains on them. Anyways, back to the movie.
Yes.
Okay, back to the movie. Okay, so they introduced formally they introduced what did they Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal's character,
it's like Beck or something.
Yeah, Beck, and he's like, I'm from Earth 616, which is an Easter egg to he said that the Earth that they're on is 616, and 616 is like the main universe of the comic books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all the if you read the comic books, Marvel comics, the main storylines happen on Earth 616. So I was like, there's
and
a
he was from 8 something.
Yeah, 813 or something like that, or 817 or 187.
Motherfucking cop. Okay, but we know that now that there's like alternate dimensions.
Yeah, so now there's alternate dimensions, and he's like, the snap ripped a hole, and Nick Fury, and everybody on his secret team, I guess now.
Yeah,
because they're not S.H.I.E.L.D. or anything. They're all like, alternate dimensions and these creatures,
elementals,
that destroyed this other planet that Jake Gyllenhaal or Mysterio couldn't kill them on his planet, had come to this planet, right?
But they created them, didn't they?
Yeah, but they went out of control or whatever. And so, so that's basically the whole premise of the movie, is trying to
stop the elementals.
Yeah, but wait,
there's more.
Exactly. You whatchamacallit? Nick Fury gives... No, was it Happy? Who gives Spider-Man...
It was Nick Fury.
Nick Fury gives Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the Tony Stark glasses that have all the,
Edith technology and shit.
All the Iron Man technology and all the passcodes and everything to the technology and all the suits and everything. And so he's able to, now make himself new weapons, new web slingers and suits and which I thought was cool. And and so this is adds to the what is it, to the dilemma that Spider-Man's having if he wants to be Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, or become the next Iron Man, right? Because that note is like, I trust you to choose, or
for the next Iron Man or something like that.
Yeah, I trust you, or I love you, or something like that. It's like, okay, Dad. Anyways,
Dad.
And so Peter Parker doesn't want to be a superhero, a big time superhero. He just wants to do his neighborhood thing, right?
Yeah.
This is a side gig. He don't want to, give his life for this stuff, right?
And there's a lot of self-doubt.
Yeah, a lot of self-doubt because and plus, he's 16. He the only thing he's got on his mind is that I do it. Exactly. He just wants to,
sugar walls.
That's all he wants. That's all he wants. He wants to get with MJ and discover each other's bodies. The body's a wonderland. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I've already claimed all that territory. You know what I'm saying?
Marking that territory.
Already. I've done destroyed it.
Shit. But he doesn't think that he is as good as all the other Avengers were.
Right.
And so he's like, can't you call Doctor Strange? Can't you call Thor? And he's like, nah, he's out of the whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what about Captain Marvel?
And, what's his name? Nick Fury's like, don't invoke her name. Like that. He's like, well, like, dang. But, that comes up later. It's part of the twist. So he gives the glasses to Mysterio. And then what go on from
Peter
there?
Parker. So Mysterio tells Peter Parker, hey, you know what? I need your help with this last elemental. It's the last one we have to take down because he's already taken down the other three. And it's fire. He can't touch anything metal because then he can start drawing energy from the core and grow huge. Okay, so he tells Spider-Man that he needs his services.
I need you, Spider-Man. I need you.
Yes. And he can't escape it because Nick Fury has completely hijacked.
I need you. Need you. Oh,
I'm going to kick you in the balls. So then Nick Fury has completely hijacked the whole... Shut the hell up. Okay, so Nick Fury's completely hijacked the whole, vacation. They're like, we need you to go to... Where were they going? Prague or something?
Prague, yeah.
We need you to go to Prague. And he's like, nah, I'm going to the top of the Eiffel Tower with MJ. I got this, plan number 7 going on. And then next thing you know, his little teachers are like, hey, guys, we've just upgraded to Prague. So he can't escape it. He ends up fighting with Mysterio. They take the monster down, and they go and have a drink to celebrate. Mysterio's like, "Hey, let's go have a drink." He's like, "I'm not 21."
But in Prague, there's no age limit.
I see, but he just drinks lemonade anyways because he's a good guy.
He's like, "How many lemonades have you had?"
Yeah. So while they're there, it's almost like you really start to like Mysterio.
Yeah, he's a good guy
because he is almost like Tony to him.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's exactly, what Peter thought, because he thought, you know what, I can't even control this Edith. He had Edith wanting to, erase a simple text message and ends up almost killing his classmates.
Right.
So he gives the glasses to Mysterio.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then leaves the bar, and then what happens?
Okay, so why in that scene, Mysterio had his helmet off. Spider-Man was still in his spider suit,
which I thought was weird. Did you?
Yeah, and he had his mask off.
Yeah.
And then we discover, after you're like, how come he's not keeping his anonymity?
Both of them.
But then we discover that it's all an illusion.
Yeah, we're talking Truman Show level shit right here.
Because as soon as Spider-Man walks out of the thing, or Peter Parker at this point, walks out thinking that he's done the great deed. He's passed the mantle on to somebody who deserves it.
Yes.
Mysterio's like, he starts doing fourth wall breaking shit. He's like, get this suit off of me and stuff like that. And then everything starts to digitally fade away and stuff like that. And some of the actors were real and some of them weren't.
Right. They were like holograms.
Yeah. And then there's there's a whole bunch of people from the last 11 years of movies, side characters that have just been stepped on and just completely, what's the word? Aborted. Don't tell Alabama. And, they were just You know, and so they've teamed up to make this Mysterio character and to get revenge, or I guess, you know, for some type of payback. I didn't understand what the end goal was.
Well, I think it was different for Mysterio, obviously, because he wanted, I mean, you saw that as soon as he was unstable, just like it showed Tony Stark telling him, or, you know, that he said, Tony Stark said that I was a good candidate, but I was just too unstable, which we later find out he is. But everybody else had, everybody was so smart. Everybody had good ideas to give to Tony, but they didn't have, I guess, that emotional, you know, stability that he was looking for. So they were let go from the team. Yeah. So Mysterio kind of banded them all together.
The riffraff.
Yes. Banded them all together to kind of like form. And it was just going to be like the next level Iron Man, what the world needs.
Yeah, but it was going to be all fake.
Right. Because there wasn't any threat right now.
Exactly. Because like his powers, him flying around, the villains were all just holograms.
Right. And the destruction was caused by the
drones shooting like guns and stuff.
Right.
And destroying stuff. And
they said that the more casualties, the better, because then it would look like they needed that superhero.
Right. So at that point, I was thinking, what would happen if you really
if there really was? Yes.
What were they going to do?
I don't know.
Have 100,000 drones
or something.
Like start attacking?
I don't know. I guess because since the Avengers had just defeated, what was his name? Thanos. That they just expected that there was nothing at that moment.
So maybe, you know, at this point, nobody knew where the Avengers were. Nobody knew where the heroes were, really, right?
Right.
So I guess he thought he'd just slip right in the calm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he said they need somebody. They just don't know that yet because there's no threat. There's no common enemy.
Right.
So he had to give that to them.
Yeah.
He's a mad scientist.
Basically, it was. And so was everybody else. They were like a coalition of mad scientists. Yeah. And they were... And they didn't seem to want money. They didn't seem to anything. I don't know why. It was just what the be part of something, you know?
Maybe.
I don't know. That's what I didn't understand.
Well, he was making them rich. He did say that multiple times. What, that they were now the richest.
Did he?
Yes. Oh. In the bar, whenever he was like standing up there and he was thanking every right. Because they had that multi-billion-dollar software or whatever.
Oh, and maybe they would sell it?
Yeah, and so he was talking about how they were now the richest. So he was making them rich, and some of them, when he was like, the more casualties, the better, they were like, well, people will die. I mean, not all of them were bad. Right. I mean, they definitely needed money. I mean, who doesn't? Anyway. So, yeah, how did it end? Let's talk about that.
Okay, So once everything was gone and, you know, set up, you know, for the big final finale, you know, Spider-Man and Mysterio, they fight. Spider-Man fights all the drones, and, you know, it's revealed that, you know, he's a fraud and everything like that. And, you know, I think it was really good the way they did Mysterio's powers and everything, how they, you know, made him like really fit in almost a reality. How, you know, he had the motion capture suit on.
Yeah, that special effects with the little X's and stuff was pretty neat.
The triangles, and he had and the helmet, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He could control the drones and everything. So it all worked, right? So like when you see him flying around on screen, it's all fake. You know, that's not him, it's a hologram. And
but there really was danger. The drones.
The drones were like shooting guns and, you know, sonic waves or whatever and shit like that.
And Spider-Man has to figure out how to, because at first when he first tries to confront Mysterio, when he realizes what the problem is, he tries to confront Mysterio, and Mysterio, you know.
Yeah, the fight scene, like he does the holograms on him, and he makes all like the psychedelic mind trip. Mysterio just completely like mind fucks him, and then sets him up to where he walks onto a railroad track and gets hit by a train. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was amazing. I mean, he totally mind fucked Spider-Man.
Yeah, big time.
And he tried to do it again, but Spider-Man had to work. You know, had to trust his the Force. His Peter Tingle.
Peter Tingle. You got that?
Yeah. So which AKA his spider sense, but you know, but in the end, Mysterio ends up getting himself shot by one of his drones, because his drones aren't shooting like going full force. Because he's in the
shooting zone.
Yeah, because he's in the kill zone or whatever, and he's like, "Kill, shoot him!" And a random bullet like hits him in the gut, right? Pop, and you see him fall down, and you think he's about to die, and you know he's like, "Oh,"
he's apologizing.
Yeah, Yeah, and you see, Spider-Man like gonna hold out his hands
to take the glasses back.
Yeah, and then Bob, you see Spider-Man like
flinch or something.
Yeah, like he does like I don't know, some type of move, and he like grabs the air, and you're like, what the fuck? What's he grabbing the air for? And it's like, oh, he's still inside the hologram.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's you see Mysterio, he still got the bullet wound and stuff like that. So he was holographing himself dying.
But in reality, he was about to blow Spidey's head off.
Yeah, while he was dying in real life.
Yes.
Instead of like getting away.
This is next level shit.
Yeah, he was like, well, I got a gut shot. I'm going to die anyways. I'm going to take Spider-Man with me. But yeah, so that's the way it ends. He dies. He tells Spider-Man they won't believe in heroes anymore and stuff like that.
Right.
And this what brings us to the
secret ending, wasn't it?
The first secret ending.
Yes.
The pre-credits ending or whatever. Or, yeah. Right? I don't know what they call the first post-credit ending or whatever.
Yeah.
And you see Spider-Man swing with MJ, and you get that scene where you're like, I never want to do that again. Fucking lies.
About to kick you in the nuts again.
That's a lie. Yeah, any girl will be like, woo-woo! Get it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real. But yeah, you know what I mean. Get it. And then, you see one of those giant teleprompters or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're called in New York City.
Right.
And then like it reveals that, the Daily Bugle, where Spider-Man ends up working in the future, if he ends up ever growing up. I mean, he'll be like 40 and just like getting out of high school.
Jealous.
And, you see J. Jonah Jameson, and he's like, oh, Spider-Man is a brood. He's a killer. With this footage just came in. And, you see this footage that, Mysterio had recorded, and it's all like clipped together and makes it look like Spider-Man ordered the drones to attack and kill Mysterio.
Right.
Yeah. So. And then tell us, Chancla.
And then so after he died, so all you see is Spider-Man's feet, and then you can hear Edith when he's saying, "Do you want to execute all of this?" He means like stop. Do you want to stop all the attack, the drones, and send them away? And Spider-Man tells her yes, but they put in like basically, do you want to kill Mysterio or whatever? And he's like, yes, execute all drones. And so then he dies. Well, then it pops up with Mysterio saying, I know Spider-Man's real identity. And you don't think he's going to say it because it cuts off because he's like,
yeah.
And then it cuts off black screen and we're like, whoo! And then a few seconds later, it's Peter Parker. I'm like, oh my God!
And they have his high school picture, like a mugshot.
Yes. But what was funny is they kind of did some foreshadowing on that when he was confronting May and Happy about their relationship.
Right. He's like, when he was like, I've been living in the shadows. I'm tired of the lies.
Yes.
And he's like, are y'all in a relationship? And then it flips over to Happy and May. And what happens there?
Okay, Happy's all like, hells yes.
He's like, I've been hitting that shit since Monday.
May's like, no, not really. And he's like, really? And she's like, it's more like a summer fling.
He's going to be on Reddit, watch people die.
Yes. The second his little heart breaks.
Yeah, you can just see. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, Happy's over here planning the wedding and shit.
It's because Joe Pesci's already got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was Happy's first.
Whatever. Well, yeah, so that's how that first ending ends, right?
Right, and I thought he was in front of one of like May's conferences about to say, I'm Spider-Man.
Right.
And so then it flips it back to them, and I'm like, oh shit, I thought he was just about to give his identity away. Come to find out, it was just a little foreshadow for the end.
Yeah, for the first second ending where it's revealed that he is Spider-Man. So there's a lot of things they could do with that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah. And so the second ending is we see Hill and we see Nick Fury driving in a car, right? And then we see Hill transform into a Skrull from Captain Marvel.
Uh-huh.
And then we see Nick Fury turn into a Skrull.
Yes.
And then they're talking about, I can't believe you believe the stupid. Oh yeah. So it turns out that there's no multiverse.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So the Skrulls were, the other Skrull was like making fun of the Nick Fury Skrull for like believing in a multiverse. She was like, that's so stupid. Why did you even believe that? He was like, I didn't believe it was convincing.
And then they're on the phone.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we gave him the glasses.
Yes. And, they call the real Nick Fury.
Right.
Who, at first you think he's on a beach and
sipping his pina colada.
Yeah, and you're thinking, man, some beach bunny's about to show up and show Sam Jackson how it's done.
Yummy down on that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, woo, beach bunnies. You know what I'm saying? Send those links into, anyways.
Send Joe pictures.
And, and then, he gets up and he's like, yeah. And they're like, we need you back, and stuff like that. So apparently he's on vacation and so are the rest of the Avengers.
Right.
And, he, steps out of the holodeck off of Star Trek. And it's like, where is he? And he's on this giant spaceship full of Skrulls. And they're, building ships and stuff.
And he's like, yo, get back to work.
He's like, where's my shoes? And shit like that.
Yeah.
And he's just, in his shorts and a T-shirt or whatever, or a Hawaiian shirt.
Trying to relax in space.
And that's how it ends. No, nothing to hint towards Phase 5, the next series of movies, the next bad guy, anything like that. I mean, this was the ending of the Phase 4. I'm sure. Okay, so that's the end. So let's move on to
Phase 5.
What are our feelings? I want to express a lot of unhappiness that I have.
Okay, well, I'm not going to allow you to do that here.
I have a lot of unhappiness. Look on this doll.
Let me start the timer. Show me on this doll where they touched you.
Right here.
That's why you're so happy.
I mean, I just can't believe they didn't hint towards anything. There was no hint. There was nothing there was no closure. Everything I needed for the closure was that end game. There was nothing. It was completely crap. I'm
about to kill you.
Man, girl, I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just going to say this movie was pretty monumental.
I feel sad that Jake Gyllenhaal.
Thank you for letting me finish.
Girl, I'm just sad that he played a one-time Marvel villain.
Because he sucked. He couldn't do anything with that baby face. Nobody wants that.
He's so handsome, though.
No.
Man.
Anyway.
He's like a young Brad Pitt.
I'm just going to say that this was monumental. I don't know if it was because it was at 9 o'clock in the morning that we went and saw the movie, but I actually didn't fall asleep. And that doesn't happen often.
Because all that cocaine.
Probably.
It was a good movie.
It was excellent. Go see it.
I mean, but when you're coming off of Endgame and Infinity Wars, a fantastic ride with so many great characters, to just have this, little story, a side story. I don't think they should have made it.
What the hell?
Hold on, girl. Hold on.
No.
As strong as a character actor Jake Gyllenhaal is, I think they should erase this movie and give Jake a mainstay role as a hero or something.
Okay.
Where we can see him all the time.
You've lost your
need
damn
him
mind.
all the time. I need him. And if anybody knows him that listens to this podcast, let him know that, you know what? Out of all the men that I would go down on, Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, Jake.
In the other 100.
You're on this list now.
No, not after Brokeback Mountain.
No, he looks too young. Now, with that man beard, woo!
Okay, no.
Okay, go ahead. Your closing thoughts. That's what my closing thoughts. Your closing thoughts.
My closing thought, I thought it was a great movie. And, since Final Fantasy 14 is coming out, I'm going to give it 14 Final Fantasy stars out of 14.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you giving it?
I give it... Jake carries the movie, so I'll give it 4 Final Fantasy 7s out of 7.
That's less than what you thought originally.
Oh, what did I say?
5.
5. I give it the straight 5 then.
No, you can't go back.
Okay, then 4. And
5.
Only because of Jake.
Oh my God.
I mean, you put him in a movie, you automatically get 4. I mean, it's just that good. He's just that good as an actor. I totally forgot that I was watching Jake Gyllenhaal on screen. That's when you know he's a good actor, when you forget. I see Tom Holland. I see a 30-year-old man.
God, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. When I saw that other guy that played Spider-Man, what was his name again?
Andrew Garfield?
No, that guy looked 80. The other one.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. He was turning.
Watch your words. These are your final words. If you say something wrong, this could be your last words. Go ahead.
No. I liked those movies. Don't get me wrong. But the ones with Tom Holland, I think are better because they're more believable. He does look like a little kid. The other ones, they kind of look like that Garfield one. Kind of reminded me of Mr. Burns with black hair.
Mr. Burns.
It's really creepy.
Well, that's what you get. But yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. It was fun. I did enjoy it. There was a lot of funny scenes. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. I mean, it's a good movie. It's a good
totally
summer
see
movie.
it. Oh yeah, kids loved it too.
But like Ant-Man Part 2, it adds nothing to the MCU. Adds nothing.
Oh, there you go then.
Nothing to the MCU.
Well, there you go. It's not just Spider-Man.
I would like it. I like it better than Ant-Man 2.
Never saw it.
Exactly. I mean, Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the only reason to watch it was for the Wasp. So if you put
Which I'm assuming is a girl.
Yeah.
If
you put the Wasp and Jake Gyllenhaal together, you got $1 billion right there, all for my money.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
This has been another episode of Geek'd Up Radio. And if you enjoyed these conversations, make sure you follow us all on those social media links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed the music, that's the Enrights. And you can find them on Facebook and on Spotify. And make sure you show them some love because they love it. They deserve it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And make sure you follow the MCU and all those movies. You know what I'm saying? Especially Jake Gyllenhaal. How do you say his name in Hollish?
It was like Gyllenhaal or something.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Gyllen. Yeah. Yeah, because he's a great actor. He needs to be in more movies. And let's see. So we'll do the moral today.
Ricky's going to do it.
No, you'll do it, girl.
No, you'll do it.
No?
No.
Mensa. I mean...
You're going to do it.
No.
Because you can't even remember my name.
I'm going to do it.
Chancla.
Yes,
you are going to do it.
Yeah, do it tonight. Here
okay.
we go. Chancla.
Jolly Rancher Commander. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Wait a minute. I did it last time because it was Meatloaf. It's your turn.
Okay, that doesn't count since Lalo did it.
No.
It's rerun Meatloaf.
It doesn't
leftovers.
matter.
Nobody likes leftovers.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Chancla. Turn,
Jolly
turn,
Rancher
turn.
Commander. Turn, turn, turn.
Tell us
the lesson we should learn.
When boiling noodles, always make them al dente.